Hey everybody, welcome back to another mini gorgeous art journal layout. I'm using this one here for August. This is number 13. Her name is Fairy Lights and she's a cute little one and she kind of reminded me of a little wood elf or a little wood sprite. So I decided to go with that thought and decided to build like a wood scene with a cute little fairy girl coming out of the woods. I grabbed this stamp from my stash. This is Buy Your Next Stamp and it's called Fairy Tale Friends. And so I'm just pulling out all the stamps that I think I need to build a scene. I adore all the little critters in the stamp set. You've got 2 hedgehogs, 1 little turtle, a cute little baby fawn, a bunny, and there's a mouse which I will pull out here. So I decided to use all the little critters and also the cute mushroom house. Now in the background, I went for this Impression Obsession die. This creates birch trees and I've done this scene before and I love it. So I'm going for that again this year. For the colors, I'm diving into something in my stash that I haven't used in ages. This is my Twinkling H2Os. I bought these when they first came out, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, or when I first heard of them. And I thought that they were too special to ever use. So as a result, I haven't used them. The pots are full and they're still beautiful. And so it's time to pull them out now. There's no point in having them if you can't use them. And they're just pigment in little pots that are activated by water. So all I'm doing here is just spraying them with some water and letting them rehydrate while I stamp out my elements. So I've already stamped out the girl and I'm just going ahead and showing you what I did with this other stamp elements here. And I'm just using 190 GSM paper that I bought from Target. It is watercolor paper. And I'm just going to do some very basic coloring. Since I don't have many colors in this range, I'm just going to go with what I have. I decided for kind of like a brownish, kind of mushroomy color for the base of this house. And then I went for a green top, which is really cute. I actually did 3 houses in the end because I just loved how they turned out. The animals are just getting a quick color over, nothing too fancy here. You know, green for the turtle, brown for the deer, gray for the hedgehog, so nothing special. I thought at first that I was leaving the mushroom or the house with white spots, and then I thought it would look amazing if it had red spots. So it ended up with red spots and I love how it turned out. I'm fussy cutting everything out here and I'm gonna get ready now to color in the gorgeous girl, which I did off camera, and I kind of colored her in a little bit different than how Gorgeous depicted her. I wanted her to have pink hair because she is a cute little fairy girl, and at first I fussy cut her and tried to keep all the fairy lights on, but there was too much of a gap and it's just such a finicky little area, so I did decide to take them off and I just went right up to her arms and it just looks like she's wearing bangles and I'm okay with that. Next thing I did was I cut the birch trees out of watercolor paper, and then off camera I also just did a light coat of brown, a couple of different shades of brown so that they look a little bit different. So all my elements are now done. It's time now for the background and I'm reaching for my Koi Sakura watercolors. I love these. I have several shades of different color and so I'm just going with what I know. I'm wetting the paper first and then I'm adding all three, oh no, I have 4 shades of green here, and I'm just using a little bit of each one to give the background a little bit of variation. And then I wanted to do like a sunset scene, so I went with a purple sky and a yellow horizon, so the sun has just set. And I just love how this turned out. Really, I wasn't following a picture, I just sort of went with like an intuitive palette here, and I just love how this turned out. It is supposed to be a whimsical scene, so I'm not sure if these colors actually represent any sunset that I've seen, but I just went with the whimsical fairy theme in my head, and I love how it turned out. I'm just going back in now with some deeper colors, filling in and blending in some of the pages here. You can see from the previous layout where the elements were attached with glue, so I just went over it with a darker shade of green here. So I'm happy with my background as it is, and I'm now going to start laying my elements in. Like I said, I did go with 3 houses, and I loved all 3 of them. I couldn't pick one, and so I decided with all 3 houses, that's fine. And this time it's different because it is a double page layout, which, you know, I should have started doing double page layouts. I don't know why I decided to just do the one, but there weren't enough pages, I think that's. And for those birch trees, I'm just going to lay them down with PVA glue. And once those trees go down, you just see how amazing that background looks. I'm not sure if it looks like there's a double sun setting there, or if it's one huge sun setting there, or if those are mountains in the background. I just don't know, but I really don't care. It's really beautiful. Now that the houses are on there, you kind of don't see that second hill, but I just love how that looks. So once all those elements look right to me, I'm going to put them down using a combination of double-sided sticky tape plus PVA glue. And I just love the story that this scene is building. It just looks like this little fairy girl came to visit this little village of animals, and they all came out of their houses to greet her, and they were so excited to see her, and they're just so happy to have their friend come to visit. It's so cute. Kind of reminds me of Smurf Village, actually. Once everything is down, I thought maybe just add a little bit of extra green here to ground everybody and make them look like they're actually standing in the scene and not just floating on the scene. So just adding a little bit of green at the bottom of everything and then blending it out with some water. Alrighty, so I have some glitter glue here, and what I decided to do was just add blobs of it actually onto the whites or the spots of the mushroom houses. It makes it look so cute. And then I grabbed my Wink of Stella here and I added a little bit of shine to skin and the creatures like fur and shell of the turtle and stuff like that. Just adding a heart between the 2 hedgehogs and gonna color that in with a red. And then I tried finding a sentiment for this scene, but I really couldn't find one. There were all these sentiments like, go for it, have your dream, and think big, and nothing is impossible, all these encouraging sentiments, but there wasn't one that kind of fit the scene. So at the end of the day, I thought, I'm going to leave it as is, and I'm going to title this layout the same title as the stamp, which is Fairy Tale Friends. So yeah, this is my August layout, Fairy Tale Friends. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.